Hey, welcome to The Explainer. So today we're going to deconstruct how a whole new wave of financial platforms are trying to simplify the, let's face it, pretty intimidating world of investing. And to do that, we're going to use a platform called Zenstox as our guide, really digging into how they turn something super complex into something, well, simple. All right, let's just jump right in with a question, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you have felt this. Have you ever looked at the stock market, heard all the jargon, seen those crazy charts, and just kind of threw your hands up thinking, nope, not for me? It's a really common feeling, and it's the exact problem that these new tech companies are built to solve. Okay, so let's dive into that feeling. For what feels like forever, the world of trading has been this exclusive club with a massive wall around it. And that wall is built with some very specific bricks, things like confusing language and really high barriers to entry.
I mean, think about it. All the confusing terms, right? The idea that you needed a broker on speed dial, or maybe even a finance degree just to make sense of it all. This perception, whether it's totally real or just in our heads, has been the biggest thing stopping so many people from even giving it a shot. So how do you get people to climb that wall? Well, you don't. You just tear the whole thing down.
And that, right there, is the first part of the strategy. It's all about making an incredible first impression. It's about getting rid of any friction and giving you this immediate sense of, okay, I can do this right from the very first click. So the whole idea here is that your very first interaction with the platform, it can't feel like work. It can't feel like a test. Because if getting started is hard, you're just going to assume everything else is hard too. So goal number one is to make that access completely, totally effortless.
And look, this is just a perfect example of what we're talking about. Instead of some mountain of paperwork, you get 3 simple steps: email, password, verify. That promise of a 2-minute sign up isn't just about being fast. It's sending you a message. It's saying, hey, we get it. Your time is valuable. And guess what? The rest of this is going to be just as easy.
You can really see the story they're telling with this contrast. The old way on the left, that's all about friction, confusion, and anxiety. The modern approach on the right isn't just about looking nicer. It's a deliberate psychological move. By making that very first step so simple, you're already feeling more confident before you've even thought about investing a single penny. Okay, so you've got them in the door. Now what? The next big hurdle is making them feel safe enough to actually stick around and, invest. This next part is all about building that trust, giving you a real safety net of security and control. And let's be honest, the number one thing on anyone's mind is security, right? We're talking about our money and our personal data. So when they plaster things like top-tier encryption all over the place, it's not just tech speak. It's them looking you in the eye and saying, we know you're worried about this. We've got it covered. All right, now let's talk about the dashboard. Think of this as your mission control. Everything is designed to give you a sense of command. Your portfolio view, bam, total clarity on what you have. The Explore tab, that's all about finding new opportunities. Every single piece is there to cut down on anxiety and put you in the driver's seat. And this right here, this is so important. The strategy isn't just about giving you a tool and wishing you good luck. The real end game is to empower you, to build up your skills and your confidence, because they know that a confident user is a user who feels in control. And that's the person who's going to stay for the long haul. So this brings us to the absolute core of their pitch. How in the world do you appeal to a total newbie without boring the seasoned trader? You have to find a way to appeal to both at the same time. Well, you build a bridge. And there it is, right on the screen. This one sentence is pretty much the entire marketing plan in a nutshell. It's brilliant because it speaks to 2 different people at once. It's telling the beginner, don't worry, you can handle this. And it's winking at the expert, saying, don't worry, we've still got all the power you need. So how do you back up that claim of being simple enough for beginners? This is how. The platform is loaded with these educational resources. And look at the language they use. It's all in purpose. Easy to follow, videos for new traders, free training. This isn't just a list of features. This is literally the engine they've built to turn a nervous first-timer into a confident investor. All right, so let's zoom out. What does this all add up to? What happens when you take something that's always been seen as super complex and, well, exclusive, and you just make it simple? What does that really mean for the future? When you boil it all down, what we've seen with Zenstox isn't just some slick marketing. It's a powerful blueprint. This model of using design and education to radically simplify, you could apply that to almost anything, right? Law, science, medicine, any field that's been locked away behind a wall of jargon. And so that leaves us with one last big question to think about. When these incredibly powerful tools for building wealth become as easy to use as, I don't know, a social media app, what does that actually mean for the future of our own personal finances? It's a profound shift and one we'll be watching closely. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.